All right, so are you ready to dive into some life lessons today
I am.
from Admiral McRaven?
Absolutely.
We've got excerpts from his audiobook,
Oh, yeah?
Make Your Bed, and I've got to say I'm pumped for this one.
Yeah.
Um, this guy's a retired Navy admiral and a former SEAL,
Wow.
and he kind of boils down like these 10 powerful principles he learned during training
Right.
that apply to like way beyond just the military.
Interesting.
It's pretty remarkable how he connects the dots.
Yeah. You wouldn't think that grueling SEAL experiences would resonate with everyday life,
Yeah,
but McRaven nails it.
he does.
He really does.
And like, who knew that like making your bed could be such a profound life lesson?
I know.
That's his first principle, by the way.
Okay.
Starting your day with a completed task.
I like it.
He's all about that foundational act of self-discipline.
Yeah, and he backs it up with some really compelling arguments.
Oh, yeah.
You think about the SEAL barracks and submarines, order and cleanliness
Yeah.
were non-negotiable there.
Totally.
He even made his hospital bed after his serious parachute accident.
Oh, wow.
And later, seeing Saddam Hussein's unmade pod,
Mm-hmm.
it really hit him as a contrast in discipline.
Okay, but like, is making the bed really that crucial?
It's more than just symbolism.
Okay.
McRaven argues that it creates a sense of accomplishment.
Okay.
It sets a positive tone
Oh.
that carries into the rest of your day.
Okay.
It's like a tiny victory that snowballs into bigger wins.
Mm.
So think about your morning routine.
Okay.
What's your make your bed equivalent?
Yeah.
That small win that sets you up for success.
That's a good question. I'm going to have to ponder that one.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to lesson 2.
Okay.
You can't go it alone.
Right.
McRaven hammers home the importance of teamwork
Oh, yeah.
through those crazy 7-man rubber raft exercises and SEAL training.
Of course.
Everyone has to pull their weight literally for the team to succeed.
He vividly illustrates that.
Yes, he does.
But it goes beyond just physical effort.
Uh-huh.
About trust communication.
Right.
Knowing that your teammates got your back.
Those rubber raft stories are intense.
They are.
It's not just muscle. It's about relying on each other when things get tough.
Right.
And speaking of tough,
Yeah.
McRaven had his own experience with that after his parachute accident.
Of course.
Being totally dependent on others for months
Right.
really underscored the power of interdependence for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets personal for all of us, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to talk about teamwork in the abstract.
Uh-huh.
But who are the people you rely on?
Okay.
Who makes up your support crew when life throws those curveballs?
Yeah.
Take a moment to appreciate them.
Yeah.
They're your lifeline in those rough seas.
So true. And sometimes those lifelines come from unexpected places.
Yes.
McRaven's third lesson, only the size of your heart matters, really drives that point home.
Oh, yeah.
He tells this great story about a small,
Oh, I love that story.
super determined seaman recruit in SEAL training.
Yeah, the instructor kept harping on the recruit size.
Yeah.
But it was ultimately his heart, that unwavering grit,
Right.
that earned respect.
Which is funny because McRaven himself admits to making assumptions.
Oh, really?
He talks about meeting Medal of Honor recipient Tommy Norris before SEAL training.
Interesting.
Norris was this quiet, unassuming guy,
Uh-huh.
and McRaven totally misjudged him based on appearance.
Wow.
Turns out Norris was a total badass.
That's so funny.
It's a great reminder that appearances can be deceiving.
I agree.
That inner strength, that fire in your belly,
Totally.
often trumps physical attributes.
Yeah.
Think about someone you may have underestimated.
Okay.
How did they prove you wrong?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay, get ready for a reality check.
Oh, boy.
Because lesson 4 is life's not fair, drive on.
Okay.
And McRaven doesn't sugarcoat it.
No.
He compares life's unexpected setbacks to sugar cookies.
Oh, interesting.
You're cruising along,
Yeah.
then bam, something totally out of your control slams into you.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
It's not about dwelling on the unfairness.
Right.
It's about accepting those sugar cookie moments.
Yeah.
And figuring out how to move forward.
Okay.
He uses the powerful example of Moki Martin,
Okay.
a SEAL instructor and accomplished athlete
Uh-huh.
who became paralyzed after a bike accident.
Wow.
This guy was at the peak of his game,
Yeah.
and life throws him this massive curveball.
It's heartbreaking, but also incredibly inspiring.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moki didn't wallow in self-pity.
Right.
He adapted,
Yeah.
found new ways to excel,
Mm-hmm.
and his accomplishments after the accident
Yeah.
are amazing.
They are?
So think about how you handle setbacks.
Okay.
Do you let them define you?
Yeah.
Or do you find a way to, as McRaven says, drive on?
It's a powerful reminder that we all face setbacks, but it's how we respond that matters.
That's so true.
And that leads perfectly into lesson 5. Failure can make you stronger.
Right.
McRaven highlights this through the dreaded circus. This extra training session designed to push candidates to their absolute limits, forcing them to confront failure head-on.
He recounts how he and his swim buddy initially struggled with the circus. It was brutal, but it forced them to dig deep, improve, and ultimately become stronger because of it.
Yeah.
Think about it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
So true.
Yeah.
And that's such a valuable lesson for everyone, not just SEALs.
Exactly.
Embracing failure as a learning opportunity
Yeah.
can unlock some serious growth and lead to unexpected successes.
Oh, totally.
So when's the last time you faced a setback and used it as fuel to come back stronger?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Those moments can be defining for sure.
they can.
But what happens when you need to take a leap of faith?
Okay.
That's where McRaven's 6th lesson comes in. You must dare greatly.
Okay.
He recounts conquering his fear of sliding down the slide for life headfirst.
Yeah, talk about facing your fears.
I know.
But why choose the riskier option?
McRaven argues that it's about more than just speed.
It's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
A willingness to embrace calculated risk. He even connects this to a high-stakes hostage rescue mission in Iraq,
Oh, wow.
involving a daring daylight helicopter landing right in the middle of a compound.
That's intense.
Incredibly risky,
Yeah.
but it highlights how bold action,
Yeah.
even when daunting, can lead to extraordinary outcomes.
So how does someone listening to this apply that to their own life?
Right.
I mean, most of us aren't planning any hostage rescue.
It's about identifying those areas where calculated risk-taking can propel you forward.
Okay.
It might be taking on a challenging project, having a tough conversation, or pursuing a passion that scares you a little.
Okay.
What's that one thing you've been hesitant to do,
Right.
but deep down, it could be a game changer?
Now that's something to think about.
Yeah.
Okay, on to lesson 7, and this one's a bit daunting.
Okay.
Stand up to the bullies.
Right.
McRaven uses the vivid imagery of a night swim in shark-infested water.
Oh, Mike. To emphasize the importance of courage in facing fears, I'm not sure I could handle that one.
He's not advocating for unnecessary risk, of course.
Okay.
It's a metaphor for confronting those things that intimidate us, refusing to let fear paralyze us.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And McRaven even draws a parallel between standing up to sharks and confronting bullies in our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's a domineering boss, a manipulative friend, or that inner voice of self-doubt.
Uh-huh.
We've all encountered bullies in some form.
Yeah.
What matters is recognizing that intimidation tactics only work if we let them.
Yeah.
Finding that inner strength to stand our ground is crucial.
It's about taking back your power. I love that.
Okay.
On to lesson 8, rise to the occasion, which McRaven illustrates through 2 contrasting scenarios.
Okay.
He talks about preparing for a challenging night dive during SEAL training, highlighting the need to perform under pressure.
Okay.
Then he juxtaposes that with attending a ramp ceremony
Wow.
for a fallen soldier in Afghanistan.
Oh.
That somber yet dignified atmosphere,
Right.
the collective strength displayed by everyone present,
Yeah.
it really drives home the idea that even in the darkest moments, there's an opportunity to rise to the occasion,
Yes.
to find strength we may not know we have.
It's a beautiful sentiment. Life throws curveballs,
It does.
but we have a choice. Crumble.
Yeah.
Or dig deep and persevere.
And what's fascinating is that rising to the occasion doesn't always mean grand gestures or heroic feats.
Totally.
Sometimes it's the small acts of courage,
Right.
the quiet dignity,
Yes.
the way we carry ourselves in the face of adversity.
Uh-huh.
I love that perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more to go.
Right.
Lesson 9 is all about hope. Give people hope.
Okay.
McRaven tells the story of enduring the infamous mudflats exercise during Hell Week.
Oh, yeah.
An absolutely brutal experience.
What's powerful is this moment when one student starts singing,
Yes.
inspiring others to join in, finding hope amidst suffering.
Yeah.
Later, McRaven talks about comforting families of fallen soldiers at Dover Air Force Base. He highlights General John Kelly, who had lost his own son in combat,
Right.
offering a beacon of hope to grieving families.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that even small acts of resilience and compassion can make a world of difference.
Yeah.
Especially in those dark times.
It's about letting people know they're not alone.
Oh,
Okay, finally we reach lesson 10. Never, ever quit.
right.
McRaven uses the powerful image of the bell in SEAL training, which represents the ever-present option to quit.
Of course.
He emphasizes the psychological impact of choosing to stay,
Right.
pushing past physical and mental limits, proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought possible.
Yeah.
He even shares a story of meeting a young double amputee ranger in an Afghanistan hospital who, despite devastating injuries, remained determined to rejoin his unit.
Talk about the indomitable human spirit.
Right.
It's a powerful testament to perseverance.
It is.
McRaven's message is clear. Never ring the bell.
Yes.
Never give up on yourself, on your dreams, on your potential to achieve great things, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles.
Wow. These 10 lessons are so powerful.
They are.
And so relevant to all of us, regardless of our backgrounds.
Totally.
McRaven's ability to distill those intense experiences into simple yet profound insights is incredible.
I agree.
But we've covered a lot here.
We have.
So before we dive into part 2,
Okay.
I want to leave you with a question.
All right.
Which of these lessons resonates with you the most right now, and why?
Take some time to reflect on that. We'll pick up the conversation in part 2, exploring how these lessons can truly transform your life.
Sounds good.
All right.
See ya.
See ya. Yeah, it's amazing how like a simple phrase, like never ring the bell,
Right.
can be so powerful.
Totally. It's like a call to action.
Yeah,
To choose resilience even when things are really hard.
absolutely.
But McRaven doesn't just talk about like gritting our teeth and powering through, you know.
Right.
He also talks about finding joy even in the midst of chaos.
Yes. He talks about this grueling training exercise where he and his fellow trainees just start singing,
Yeah.
and it totally shifts the mood.
Right.
It's a great reminder that even when we're like knee deep in a mud pit,
Yeah.
you know, metaphorically or sometimes literally,
Yeah.
finding a way to laugh and connect with each other
Right.
can be a lifesaver.
It's like finding that spark of light in the darkness.
Totally.
Reminds me of that saying, like, laughter's the best medicine.
Exactly.
But it's not just about humor.
Right.
McRaven also talks a lot about service.
Yeah.
Like dedicating ourselves to something bigger than just ourselves.
Absolutely. And his stories really showcase that.
They do.
He talks about the sacrifices made by SEALs, families of fallen soldiers, everyday heroes.
Right.
It's clear that like true fulfillment often comes from contributing to a cause that's greater than ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, it could be serving our country, our community, or even just showing up for the people we care about.
That's a good point. And what's really striking is that McRaven's message isn't about like seeking glory or recognition, you know? It's about quiet integrity, doing the right thing, even when it's hard,
Absolutely.
even when nobody's watching.
It's about that unwavering commitment to excellence,
Right.
regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's one of the most powerful takeaways for me.
Yeah.
It's not about becoming a SEAL.
Right.
It's about embodying those SEAL-like qualities in our daily lives. The resilience, discipline, and selflessness.
So as you're thinking about all these lessons, what resonates with you the most? What's one takeaway you're going to try to apply in your own life?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
And while you're pondering that, I want to bring up another point that McRaven makes.
Okay.
The importance of perspective.
Oh, yeah. He talks about how easy it is to get like trapped in our own little bubbles
Exactly.
and lose sight of the bigger picture.
He encourages us to step outside of those bubbles.
Yeah.
Engage with the world around us and consider different viewpoints.
It's like that saying, walk a mile in someone else's shoes.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's through those interactions, those challenges to our assumptions that we grow as individuals and as a society.
Yeah.
McRaven even recounts a time
Okay.
when he was tasked with like drafting a letter from the president
Oh, wow.
to the Pope,
Okay.
justifying the war in Afghanistan. Talk about pressure.
Wow, that's a heavy assignment.
Yeah.
What did he learn from that experience?
Well, he realized that even when dealing with massive issues like war and peace, maintaining humility and recognizing multiple perspectives is paramount.
It's a good reminder that even when dealing with like really complex things, we need to remember our shared humanity.
Absolutely.
You know, we all have biases and experiences that shape how we see the world.
That's why it's so crucial to be open to learning from others.
Right.
Challenge our own assumptions and approach difficult conversations with a willingness to listen and understand.
You know, that reminds me of the story McRaven tells about meeting that young double amputee ranger
Yes.
in the Afghanistan hospital.
Such a powerful example of resilience.
It is.
That young man, despite losing both his legs,
Right.
was determined to return to his unit and continue serving.
It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit.
It really is.
The unwavering commitment to something bigger than ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But it also highlights the importance of hope, right?
Absolutely.
Even in the face of unimaginable adversity.
And McRaven's 9th lesson, give people hope, really emphasizes that.
Yeah, it does.
Whether it's a small act of kindness, a listening ear, or simply believing in someone's potential.
Right.
We can all be sources of hope for others.
It's about reminding people that they're not alone.
Yeah.
That even in the darkest times, there's still light to be found.
Exactly.
Then that ties back to his first lesson.
Right.
About starting your day with a completed task. Even something as simple as making your bed can create a ripple effect of positivity and hope.
It's about those seemingly insignificant actions that build momentum and lay the foundation for bigger successes.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
As we move into the final part of our deep dive, I want to ask you, what's one small step you can take today to embody these lessons in your own life?
It's a powerful question to consider. Keep that in mind as we continue this conversation, exploring how to turn these incredible insights into tangible action.
You know, it's really kind of amazing how these simple lessons from SEAL training can have like such a profound impact on our everyday lives, right? It's not about like becoming a super soldier or anything.
Right.
It's more about adopting that mindset, you know, that unwavering commitment to pushing beyond our limits.
Recognizing that inner strength we all possess.
Right.
You know, McRaven's stories are full of these incredible feats of physical and mental endurance.
Yeah, they are.
But he emphasizes that it's not about like striving for some unattainable ideal.
Right.
It's about starting small.
Okay.
Focusing on those tiny actions that create a ripple effect.
It all comes back to making your bed, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It sounds almost silly.
Right.
But that simple act sets the tone for the whole day.
Right.
It reinforces discipline, creates a sense of order, and reminds us that even small victories matter.
It's a powerful message, especially today.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like we're constantly bombarded with this idea of overnight success and instant gratification.
Yeah, it's so easy to feel like we're falling behind if we're not making these huge leaps forward all the time.
McRaven offers a refreshing counterpoint to that.
He does.
He's all about embracing the journey, you know,
right.
Focusing on consistent effort and those like incremental steps that lead to lasting change.
Absolutely.
It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, right?
I love that.
But it's also about using what we learn along the way to make like a positive impact on the world around us.
Absolutely. McRaven talks about the incredible selflessness he witnessed in his fellow SEALs. The sacrifices made by those who serve our country.
Right.
And how even the smallest acts of kindness can have a ripple effect.
Yeah, it really can.
It's a powerful reminder that we all have the power to make a difference.
Yeah.
To leave the world a little better than we found it.
And that doesn't have to involve grand gestures or heroic feats.
No, not at all.
Sometimes it's just like offering a helping hand, lending an ear, or simply being present for someone who's struggling.
It's about recognizing our interconnectedness. Understanding that our actions, no matter how small, can impact others in really profound ways.
I agree. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Admiral McRaven's life lessons, I want to circle back to that question we posed earlier.
Right.
What's one key takeaway you're going to carry with you? What's one small step you can take today to embody these principles in your own life?
It's a powerful question to ponder.
What resonated most with you? For me, it's that idea of never ringing the bell.
Yeah.
It's about facing challenges head on, you know, with courage and determination, and never giving up on yourself, your dreams, or your potential to make a difference.
It's a beautiful sentiment to end on.
It is.
McRaven reminds us that life is a journey filled with twists and turns.
Right.
And it's not about avoiding the tough stuff.
Yeah.
It's about how we choose to navigate it.
So as we sign off, we encourage you to keep learning, keep growing.
Yes.
And keep pushing yourselves to be the best versions of yourself.
Absolutely.
And hey, maybe start by making your bed tomorrow morning.
I love it.
You never know what kind of ripple effect that simple act might create.
So true.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you later.